I'm a pulmonologist, a lung physician. I treat people with lung cancer and COPD. COPD meaning chronic bronchitis and lung emphysema. The lung cancer patients usually die within a year of diagnosis, and death can be painful, and sometimes they suffocate. The COPD patients, on the other hand, suffer for years on end, their world slowly narrowing down to the confinement of their own home. Both patient groups, the lung cancer and the COPD patients, are seen or heard, and that despite lung cancer being the most common type of cancer. That wasn't part of the deal. Being the most common type of cancer in males and females, and despite COPD being the third most common cause of death. And you know why? Why they're not seen or heard? It's not just because the lung cancer patients die before they can organize themselves like the pink ribbon ladies do. It's because my patients, they're ashamed and they feel guilty. They're told they invited the cancer in themselves by smoking. In a world where addiction is called freedom of choice by politicians, it's apparently also your own choice if you die due to that addiction.
I still can't believe it. I really used to have it all. I loved my life, I loved my husband, my children, my friends, my work. I suppose I can say I was really happy until 6 months ago. I wasn't feeling too well, and then I thought I had the flu. I started coughing, and I looked at my handkerchief. I was terrified. My father died of lung cancer. I knew straight away. I went to the doctor, got an immediate referral to the hospital, and then everything went so fast. CT scan, bronchoscopy, PET scanner. And in the PET scanner I made a vow, please God, if it's not cancer, I promise I'll give up smoking. But the doctor said,
you're going to die.
What? You can't mean that. You can chop the tumor out. You have such good medication. You can send me to a big cancer center. I want a second opinion.
I'm afraid it's not just in your lungs. You've got quite a lot of bone metastases, all these black spots. And, well, they're here and there. You can see them everywhere.
Then it dawned on me. I would never see Janet get married. I would not even see my son graduate from high school. I called my friend Susan. I cried. It's lung cancer. You know what she said? What did you expect? You are a smoker. I felt so lonely, so ashamed, so guilty. Really, I tried to quit. I read Ellen Carr. I went to all those cessation clinics. I read the books, took the pills, but I couldn't give up the habit.
It's an addiction,
I started when I was 13. Everyone smoked back then. How could I know?
Well, that's true. The only moment there really is freedom of choice is when you start to smoke your first few cigarettes. And that choice is usually made in puberty. And we all know the brain isn't working the way it should to make intelligent lifelong decisions when people are in puberty. And all other cigarettes are smoked in addiction.
You told me I had to spend time with my family and do things I loved. And every time I went out of the house and a new person came up to me, said, what's wrong with you? I have lung cancer. And every time again they said, were you a smoker? The first question. Well, I was in and out the hospital all the time, chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and at the end it was all in vain. Christmas Day I got my first epileptic fit. The MRI showed brain metastasis. From then on it was all downhill. I died. 2 weeks after my 50th birthday.
I promise you, I will do everything I can to make sure you did not die in vain. I will tell the world your story and the story of other people killed by tobacco. I will challenge the tobacco industry, the tobacco lobbyists, and the politicians that listen to them. So help me God Almighty. Welcome, welcome everybody. Welcome to the annual shareholders meeting of Big Tobacco. And boy, do we have some great news for you. Although there's a big crisis out there, I can guarantee you your money is safe with us. And our ROI is under double digits and stock prices are soaring sky high. And I want to introduce to you the person who has made this all possible. Our marketing whiz kid, Mrs. de Kanter. Hooray!
Thank you. We really had a marvelous year last year. And I want to elaborate on a thing or two with you. You know, the smoking cessation clinics are doing so well nowadays, and our smokers, they die so young nowadays. We really do need some replacement smokers. And we know, because it's very difficult to get them hooked after the age of 20, we really have to get them young. And for that purpose, what we did, we designed a very girly, lipstick-like cigarette called Glamour. It's filled with honey, sugar, and spice, everything nice. And don't forget the third world, where marketing is unrestricted. What do you think? There's a growth market out there. Wouldn't it be lovely that all the Indonesian boys smoking our brand? And in countries where marketing is restricted, we become very creative. We have excellent ties with liberal parties. And we tell them it's a freedom thing to choose to start to smoke when you're young. And we tell them it's the most wonderful thing you can do. It's liberal on every corner, on every street, in every supermarket you can buy it. And what we do, we create doubt. We tell them, my grandfather smoked 2 packets a day, and he died when he was 100. And I know someone, only 30 years of age, he got lung cancer, and he never smoked. That's what we do.
This has all got to stop right now. Every year, 6 million people die due to tobacco-related diseases. 1 in 4 smokers die due to smoking before the age of 65. Please let our children grow up in a future that is free from tobacco. You are all shareholders of the future of your children. You can make the difference. Let's prevent the avoidable.